to start with, we were really nervous of going into St. Luke's because we just thought, oh my gosh, is this it? Is Matt ever going to come home? And the way the children are, but they didn't. They were just so good, and they made us feel so welcoming. From start to finish, they just made us feel so welcome. They made Matt feel so much better with the right medication. Everything was at hand. Matt very quickly came back to himself. He went from a very, very poorly Matt to actually, we could actually see a bit of Daddy there again. We most probably wouldn't have been able to have had that if it wasn't for St. Luke's.
Shall I go first?
Well, no, I normally go first.
You go first.
We met at a New Year's Eve party, a friend's house. He'd been to Bali for a month surfing, and he was all this, and he goes, oh, I want to travel the world, I want to do this, I want to do that. And he spouted on about all this, like, you know, being out there. And I went, well, to be fair, I'm quite a home bird, actually. He went, well, yeah, I can obviously do that as well. He said, I can do that as well. So I think we sort of knew.
Backtracked a bit, didn't I?
Like, we clearly liked each other, didn't we? Well, I booked a holiday within 5 weeks of being together. It got so emotional leaving each other. So the weekends were starting to become quite more tricky when I would be leaving to come home, or when Matt was going back on the train. There was tears, there was like, so then we knew. I think our friends sort of stepped and said, come on guys, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna move up? Are you gonna move down? I was working for a estate agent at the time, Fox & Sons, so I was gonna potentially move up. You moved down within 24 hours, and you moved all your stuff in and you made home.
Madison, who's 15 now, she's lovely, you know, really down to earth.
She's amazing at sport as well. She's really
good
at
at sport. Yeah, loves sport. Just a decent all-round young lady, isn't she?
She's very loyal. So like now, I mean, she does help me out a lot with like Harrison and things. Then we got Lacey, who was just.
Lacey's 11. She's
a classic Avery.
Lacey's out there. You know, she wants people to know she's there, and she thrives on it, and she's good. Everybody likes her.
And Harrison, well, he's just
bubbly, and
we have got good kids.
Yeah, they are. They're lovely kids. We're a team. We've always been a team. With everything that's been chucked at us, somehow we're able to positively get through it, and that's down to her personality, the way she's an active person, as in she's proactive. She'll do it, you know. Whereas I'll go, typical bloke, oh, don't worry about it. We'll, you know, I've got a bit of pain there, but we'll sort that out tomorrow. No, she's right on it. I love her to bits. She's been, oh God, she's just been my rock ever since. Oh, hang on. She's just been my rock throughout, really. She's known as the holiday and hen-do lady, booking holidays behind my back.
Fire Bloom was, so Matt came down, complete surprise. What did I say? I said, oh, ask no questions, get no lies. Now today starts your breathy surprise. And he looked at me and he went, what? And
I said, do I need my passport?
Do I need my passport?
Is the main one.
But I think we knew then, though, from doing something like that, I think then we knew we were meant to be together, though, didn't we?
I got diagnosed in 2009 with GIST, and literally, well, the world fell apart, didn't it? And then
it did, yeah. 5 weeks before I went in.
5 weeks later. Started the treatment right after the diagnosis.
So when we got married, we didn't know the treatment was working. It was until after.
And it was literally. Yeah, after we got married, then.
It was the best wedding present ever, wouldn't it? Really, that was the best wedding present, being told that you were responding to your treatment.
Yeah.
That all his tumours had shrunk by over half. With everything that was going on, our lives lived for 3 months. You would go for an appointment. So that week leading up to the appointment, the anxiety, the stress, the tears, everything would happen within those weeks, within that week, and then we'd have the appointment, and you would then get a green light. And then we would come out of there and we would literally be like punching the air. We were like, yes, we've got another 3 months, you know? So there could be a Christmas or a holiday or a birthday or a special occasion that we could then just put all our worries and fears to the back of our minds and live for the next 3 months. And then it would It was like that at Sarco, and we did that for years.
About 6 weeks ago, this year's been a bit of an advanced movement on my diagnosis, on my treatment, because there was nothing else they could do for me treatment-wise. We were getting to the point of what's next, and they said, look, I think it's best if we, purely for pain management in that sense, we get you into St Luke's at Turnchapel.
It was like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I think we felt like we were in such a hole in a way. So like Matt's quality of life was quite small from being a very active family. To see that from his wife, I felt so sorry for him, because this just was just not how we would be. So when things become to a point where Matt was in so much pain after treatment, to actually then have St Luke's with regards to patches and things, pain control, which we never thought you could be in there for an element of a week to 2 weeks, get everything under control, and you get that person back. So there was a light at the end of the tunnel, so we actually got him back. At
first I was like, oh God, going into St Luke's, you go in and that's sort of it. My feelings then were, I'm not ready for this, but I need it. And the care we had from them right away, literally, there's nothing they couldn't do for me. They made me feel so welcome, and the level of care that they give you is different, because you think a hospice they're there to do their jobs, but I'm going to get emotional now. I've got to know all the nurses and everybody that works, all the staff. Even the doctors come in and you're on first name terms with them. And they're, consultants, and they're so friendly, so polite.
It's just lovely. So like now Matt's back on his feet, he's at home, his medication is all under control. We have phone calls from St Luke's quite often, just to check in to see how we are. And everything we just seem so happier now. Matt's got much more quality of life now, and we feel like we're in more control now, as before we had no control. Patches has been really good. They've brought the children in, they've provided like crafts and artwork. Lisa has been amazing for me, so she would contact me direct and take me to the side, go for a coffee and get all my emotions out. I'm afraid, I've got fear, I'm concerned, and finances and everything like that. She sort of grounded everything and said it is normal what you're feeling, and gave me advice, with regards to work and with Matt. Patches have been amazing to give us the opportunity to create those memories that most probably we may not have had. That would have been a struggle. It come apparent that we were going to be in for his birthday, which was the following Wednesday. They were saying, how about this? If we give you the conservatory, you can have your friends and family, you can get some pizzas, you can get takeaway, and straight away it just relieved everything. It was the day of Matt's birthday. The girls all rallied around in the hallway outside his room, and because we've been there for a week, they are absolutely lovely. All the HCAs or the nurses, they all call you by your name. No one ever forgets. It's just that personal touch it goes a long way, and they all have it in an absolute abundance. And they had this little cake with a candle, and they were all rallying around, even down to the chef, down to the volunteers in the front.
So they let us bring pumpkins in with the kids. I did get the short straw. I got like the pumpkin wasn't your average pumpkin, and I had to try and carve it.
Matt was given like a real little one. The kids had picked all the bigger ones, and Matt came down, he goes, oh, which one's mine then? He said, oh, this little one, this tiny little thing. Debbie is a huge Argo fan, and she basically mentioned about an Argo player coming to Matt's room. So Finn Azaz came in. He was only meant to stay for about 20 minutes, so about an hour and a half later, he still sat there yapping. So they clearly got on. I think Matt was talking about is, where he used to play and things like that.
He does a lot of work at the hospice, and he wanted to come and meet me. So at first I was a bit like, all right, yeah, you know, checking up on my stats. And then he came in, and what a lovely young man he is. We were talking about family and stuff. And Finn said, oh, what's your son called? I said, oh, Harrison. And he went, oh, is he into football and that? I said, yeah, you know, he's a good little footballer, really. He said, look, we've got a bit of a surprise for you. As well as your Argyle tickets, we've managed to get Harrison to walk out as a mascot, meeting the players, going in the changing rooms. He got a new kit given to him. He just had an amazing day. And so did we. Every Wednesday he goes to the hospice, gives up his day off and helps out and goes around visiting patients and stuff like that. I mean, he's 23. He doesn't need to do that, but to do that, go on again, to do that off your own back, at that age is, yeah, it's mind-blowing, really. Shows what a mature young man he is, and, you know, he's just a good lad.
To start with, we were really nervous of going into St Luke's because we just thought, oh my gosh, is this it? Is Matt ever going to come home? And the way the children are, but they didn't. They were just so good, and they made us feel so welcoming. From start to finish, they just made us feel so welcome. They made Matt feel so much better with the right medication. Everything was at hand. Matt very quickly came back to himself. He went from a very poorly Matt to actually, we could actually see a bit of daddy there again. We most probably wouldn't have been able to have had that if it wasn't for St Luke's. Everybody loves Matt. He has just got the biggest heart. Just keep going, babe. You keep fighting it. You're just an absolute legend. All your friends and all your family just absolutely adore you. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep fighting it. He's the best friend. He's the best husband. He's an amazing dad. He just always positive. The best thing with Matt is that he just makes me laugh. And yeah, I just love him lots. Very lucky. I've been very lucky.